Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Shots fired. An investigation is underway in Cary. We'll show you the vehicle police were seen searching.
And we have a chance of rain today, this afternoon. Our northern counties, including the Triangle, could see some thunderstorms. I'll walk you through the timeline and show you who has a level 1 risk.
Jarvis side of the net, they score! Jarvis to Aho! A power play goal!
That was it, a late night double overtime doozy. The Carolina Hurricanes close out the first round of the playoffs with a win. We'll have reaction from fans after that game-winning shot from Sebastian Aho. That was a long uphill climb, but in the end, they got it done late last night. We'll show you a whole bunch of it this morning. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Welcome to your Wednesday. I feel like we can take inspiration from the Canes. You know, if you experience a little setback, just rise above it. You'll get through it, and we'll help you get there. Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Chu.
Yeah, Jeff Hogan here. And great to have you along with us. Elizabeth Gardner right now with our chances, though. Things changing a little bit today. We might get some rain.
Yeah, we do have up in the northeast, level 1 risk for severe storms. We're looking at those isolated showers and thunderstorms from the Triangle area northward for today. Let's take a look at who's under that level 1 risk. And it's really from Raleigh northward and eastward. So it does include Granville County and then everybody off to the north and east. Just some isolated wind damage possible in that area. We'll walk you through it on Futurecast coming up. Otherwise, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds as the sun comes up this morning. A little breezy, a southwest wind at 13 miles per hour. It's warmer this morning, 67 degrees. We've seen steadily our temperatures climbing, and the afternoon highs will be the same story, nice and warm. Our temperatures right now are mostly in the low to mid 60s across our area. We're going to climb up to 90 this afternoon. That 90 degrees would tie the record high. Of course, we're adding storms back into the forecast as well. I'll show you how many more days this week we could see or hear some thunder.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Back to that breaking news. A shooting investigation in Cary is underway this morning. Officers were called to an apartment complex on Village Greenway just before 11:30 last night. And WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from the Cary Police Department. Kelsey, police were there on that scene for 4 hours investigating.
Yes, Jeff, and right now, Cary police are here inside the police department investigating. That scene cleared around 4 o'clock this morning. Here's a look at video from the WRAL breaking news tracker. The shooting happened at an apartment complex on Village Greenway. Officers received a call about gunshots in the area around 11:15 last night. No one was injured, but police searched the area for any property damage. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on the search for that shooter. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News. Live in Cary.
A man and a woman are charged with kidnapping connected to the abduction of a mom and her 1-year-old daughter. Paula and Miguel Duran are facing 2 charges of kidnapping. We brought you the story as breaking news yesterday morning. The kidnapping happened around 2 a.m. Tuesday. Police say 3 people broke into a home while wearing masks and carrying guns. They demanded the child's father pay $1 million. And when he refused, police say the suspects bound him with tape, then kidnapped his wife, Alondra Benitez de Jesus, and their 1-year-old baby, Gracia. Police found both of them safe in Wake Forest hours later. Today, a bill that would get young drivers on the road faster, but with less experience, will be debated by lawmakers. WRAL's Destiny Patterson joins us live this morning, and the bill proposes getting rid of graduated licensing. Destiny.
Renee, graduated licensing puts certain restrictions in place for teen drivers as they're learning how to drive, and that includes learning permits as well as provisional licensing. And this process helps new drivers gain experience over time, and it requires a letter from the school for these teen drivers. The law was originally meant to reduce deadly crashes involving teens and keep students in school. But supporters of the bill say eliminating graduating licensing will help ease the demand at already overcrowded DMVs. Lawmakers against the bill brought up safety concerns because less experienced drivers could get on the road with less supervision. A House committee is set to discuss this bill today at 10 a.m. And of course, we'll follow that. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
A portion of I-40 East in Sampson County is still closed and will stay that way until about noon today because of this crash nearly 24 hours ago now. That crash caused a tractor trailer to explode. You see the aftermath here. It happened not far from Faison. We first brought you this story as breaking news during our 6 a.m. news yesterday morning. North Carolina State Highway Patrol says a single tractor trailer carrying fuel hit a slower moving car. A pickup truck then crashed into that tractor trailer, causing the fire. 4 people were hurt. 1 was seriously injured.
Raleigh has seen a significant drop in stolen cars and a dip in other crimes. That's according to the city's first quarter crime numbers. And I'll walk you through some of these numbers here. The new numbers show an increase in homicides. Last year, there were 9 homicides in the first quarter. This year, there have been 11. In 9 of those 11 cases, arrests were made. 1 case was considered self-defense. When it comes to motor thefts, last year, 592 cars were reported stolen in the first quarter. This year, it's 477. Raleigh police have also confiscated 360 guns this year.
Carolina Hurricanes are moving on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They finished off the New Jersey Devils with a big come-from-behind win in Game 5 at the Lenovo Center in double overtime. After falling behind 3-0 in the first period, the Canes scored 4 goals in the second and got right back into this one. It was tied at 4 at the end of regulation, and just over 4 minutes into the second overtime, Sebastian Aho got his second goal of the night, and that was the winner, ending the series. Fans who were there say the end result was never in doubt.
Canes are in the playoffs, and we're here to stay, here to play. We want that cup back here in Raleigh.
Confidence there. The Canes will play the winner of the series between Washington and Montreal in the next round. Washington will be looking to close that series out tonight. The schedule for the second round has not yet been released.
Today, the North Carolina Black Alliance's Divine 9 fraternities and sororities will share their concerns with lawmakers. The annual Divine 9 legislative day starts at 9 this morning. The groups plan to talk about their legislative goals for issues including election protection, healthcare access, and educational equity. Today, former Vice President Kamala Harris is set to give a keynote speech in California. This comes one day after President Donald Trump marked 100 days in office. Harris is expected to deliver a pointed critique of his administration. She will speak at Emerge, an annual gathering of Democratic women working to become elected officials. This all comes as Harris herself is weighing her political future. Sources say she is deciding between a run for governor of California in 2026 or taking another stab at the White House in 2028.
Take this live look at the legislative building in Raleigh, where today lawmakers will debate a bill that would give more control to the state auditor. Specifically, it would allow them to probe individual people and businesses that receive public funds. It would also exempt the auditor from a law requiring the governor's approval for hiring consultants or buying software. That bill heads to the House floor today at 4 o'clock. Wake County School Board will vote May 6th on the superintendent's budget proposal. Changing school building temperatures by 1 degree will be part of the final budget recommendation. The school board's budget committee decided yesterday to propose raising air conditioning set points from 73 degrees to 74 degrees. It would also change heating set points from 70 degrees to 69 degrees. They also proposed raising their supplement for educators by only 1.5% instead of 3%. That's a difference of $100 or more per teacher. A special dedication coming up, the tribute planned today in honor of Conan Morgan.
Storms topple trees. Severe weather in Pennsylvania kills 1. We'll show you the aftermath in places like Pittsburgh.
And right here, live look in downtown Raleigh as you look down Fayetteville Street here. We're near record highs over the next few days, and meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us who has the best chance of seeing some showers this afternoon.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It's 4:42. Taking a look at our next weather maker. It's this front right here, and it has produced some severe storms overnight up into West Virginia. It's going to slide toward us this afternoon and bring us a chance of showers and storms. And there is a small chance of some severe weather in our north and eastern counties. It's likely to start mid to late afternoon, and it could affect parts of the viewing area during the evening commute. It's not likely to be a big effect right here in the triangle. 30% chance of rain today, 20 on Thursday, 30 on Friday. So we're going to walk through this coming up in more detail about how much rain we could see each day. Our temperatures are pretty warm this morning. We're mostly in the low to mid 60s. That's what the kids will see heading out to the bus stop. We could hit 90 this afternoon, which would tie the record high for today. Again, don't forget that chance of a late day storm.
Happening today, an interchange on I-440 in Raleigh will be dedicated in honor of Conan Morgan. Morgan led many political campaigns for Democrats in our state and around the country. He was also a graduate of Garner High School and went to NC State. Morgan died in 2023 in a boating accident near Beaufort. The dedication for the interchange, which is located right near Capitol Boulevard, it's happening at 10:30 this morning. A special hearing from the ABC Commission plans to hold about Star Bar in Raleigh is being continued to a later date. It was originally scheduled for this morning. This hearing is planned as multiple Star Bar employees now face charges. Star Bar has been the center of criticism for years, including 17 visits from police in the last year with more than 90 calls for service.
Raleigh rent increased in April at a faster rate than what we're seeing nationwide. New data from Apartment List shows it went up 0.7% last month. The median rent is $1,223 for a one-bedroom unit and $1,394 for a two-bedroom unit. That's compared to the national median rent, which went up to $1,392 for a one-bedroom and $1,378 for a two-bedroom.
A bill moving through the State House wants to make it easier for people to be tested for dementia. House Bill 567 would require insurance companies to cover biomarker testing. It would also prohibit insurers from discriminating against individuals based on genetic or biomarker information. Advocates with family history of Alzheimer's, dementia share reducing barriers to early detection. That's what they say is key.
Maybe there's things with this research and new trials that people could be on that they could, because of the biomarkers, could lead them to some other maybe medicines or, that they could be doing earlier.
And the bill has momentum. It won approval in the House Health Committee today, potentially setting it up for a vote in the coming days.
President Donald Trump held a rally in Michigan to commemorate his 100th day in office. The state is key to the U.S. auto industry, with 1 in 5 jobs there linked to it. Trump's rally comes as the administration announced it is easing some auto tariffs. His new executive order would continue the 25% tariff on imported cars and put a new 25% tariff on auto parts into effect this weekend, as previously announced. They also allow reimbursements for domestic car producers importing car parts.
They all want to come back to Michigan and build cars again. You know why? Because of our tax and tariff policy.
Cars containing a combined 85% of parts that comply with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement and produced domestically will not face any tariffs. The plan, according to White House officials, is for tariffs to be phased out over time as foreign automakers move more manufacturing to the U.S.
At least one person was killed in Pennsylvania as a round of severe storms hit that state. The most severe weather was seen yesterday in Ohio and Pennsylvania. High winds hit that region, ripping up trees from the rain-soaked ground. Officials in Pittsburgh say a man died after he was electrocuted by live wires brought down during that storm.
Some wild weather we're seeing in the spring season. It is 4:46. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking our what could be near record heat, as well as some possible showers later today.
Here's the front. This is the one that caused all those issues up to the north and east. So that front settling down over us. Notice overnight last night, you see the yellow boxes popping up. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. So we saw some of that just recently in West Virginia. We have the chance of that from Raleigh north and east this afternoon. Wind damage will be our biggest threat from that. But a lot of us aren't really going to see a whole lot of rain today. So here's a look at Futurecast. A few passing clouds out there for us this morning. That front will settle down to the south. And then notice here at 3 o'clock, Roxborough to South Hill, a few isolated storms pop up. At 5 o'clock, we're seeing maybe some thunderstorms in Durham or north of Rocky Mount up towards South Hill. And then that settles southward. It could be that we see a few evening storms as far south as Raleigh between, say, 7 and 10. And then north and east of the triangle, we do have a level 1 risk for some isolated wind damage. damage. And so we have seen a history of that with this particular system. So our next weather maker here does bring some late day storms from the Triangle area north with that severe weather threat north and east, and also turning hotter underneath this front. So temperatures are warm this morning and the Triangle 67 degrees right now. We're going to climb to 90 degrees later on this afternoon. But what we're seeing now again is low to mid 60s across our area. It's 65 in Garner, 64 in Cary, 61 in Apex. So it's a warmer start than we saw yesterday. 90 in Raleigh and Durham and 91 in Fayetteville for this afternoon. So it's going to be hot out there. Right now, our humidity still feels good. It'll be comfy, but later today it moves to tolerable and it'll stay that way for the rest of the week. We are hot for tomorrow and Friday as well. But then over the weekend, our temperatures begin to drop a little bit. But again, for today, we could tie that record high of 90 in Raleigh, and we're just 1 degree from it in Fayetteville. The next thing we want to talk about is the showers and thunderstorms for the weekend. Some changes since this time yesterday. We've had to add some rain into Sunday. Sunday was looking so good. I'll show you why we're adding rain back in.
Elizabeth, thanks. Major revamp. RDU plans to spend millions of dollars to improve traffic and make space for new buildings. How you can have a say in that change. Plus, a music legend is honored and a magical movie makes a return. We'll have your entertainment news ahead. In this morning's Hollywood headlines, an award for a music legend, your first look at a magical movie, and a show devoted to your local library. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Yes, it has a certain ring to it.
It does indeed. The Inspirational Lifetime Achievement Award. That's how the Children's Diabetes Foundation is paying tribute to Neil Diamond for his longtime generosity and dedication to the nonprofit. The iconic singer-songwriter will be honored at the CDF's Carousel Ball, October 11th in Denver.
In the world of magic, everything that disappears reappears. It is very good to be back.
The Four Horsemen of Magic return alongside a new generation of conjurers in the first trailer for Now You See Me, Now You Don't. The threequel finds the illusionists teaming up to stop a criminal network led by Rosamund Pike. Now You See Me, Now You Don't appears in theaters November 14th.
The idea was that these were palaces of the people. A palace is both the seat of power and that it's the seat of luxury. And it has within it riches that are normally not available to the common man.
Free for All, the public library, traces the concept of libraries from places closed to all but a few to the current model of civic institutions open to everyone. Free for All is now streaming on PBS.org, the PBS app, and PBS YouTube. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Educators took over the DBAP. Yesterday was Education Day at the ballpark, and that is where teachers and students experienced a fun, enlightening day on the field. It gives students the unique opportunity to learn outside of the classroom setting. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner spent the day there, meeting folks, having a grand time, and there were also members of the Durham Fire Department on hand.
It's important because it gives them the opportunity to understand what we do every day. It gives them a chance to interact with us so they're not afraid in the case of an emergency when they have to deal with us. They deal with us in situations that are in less calm environments. So when they do have an emergency, they're used to interacting with us.
And check out some of the interactive stations set up along the ballpark's concourse. Students also got to try out their baseball skills out on the field.
The North Carolina State Fair is 6 months away, but preparations are well underway. This year's theme is There's No Time Like Fair Time. Fair management made the announcement for the theme yesterday, and one of them spoke with WRAL's Ken Smith about the meaning behind the theme.
Ken, this is easy. There is no time like fair time. Think about your favorite things that you like to do at the fair. And can you do all of those things any other time of the year except 11 days in October? So there's no time like fair time.
The fair is set to start October 16th and run through the 26th.
You know, he's right about that. RDU is inviting you to give feedback on the John Brantley Boulevard project. A workshop will be held tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. It'll be held in room 100 at RDU Center. Leaders want to extend the road 350 feet northeast in the terminal area for a rental car facility. The road connects terminals 1 and 2 The project includes building 2 bridges to improve traffic between the terminals. We now know when the new Gibson Play Plaza at Dix Park will open. A ribbon cutting ceremony will be held June 6th for this. The park features playgrounds, gathering places, gardens, art, and skyline views. From climbing towers to sensory mazes and water features, park management says it'll be the largest adventure playground in the Southeast.
Planes will take to the skies in Wayne County in just a few days. The Wings Over Wayne Air Show takes off on Saturday at the Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro. Officials putting on the show expect to draw over 100,000 people over 2 days. Gates, they're open at 8 a.m. and the event is free.
Carolina Beach is one of several nominated for USA Today's 10 best beaches in our state. Oak Island, Topsail, and Wrightsville are also on the list. You can vote for your favorite now through May 19th online. The winners will be announced the following week.
Driving debate. Today, lawmakers will meet to consider a bill that could fast-track licenses for teens in North Carolina. Ahead, the debate sparking over safety and responsibility.
Plus, ECSU shooting. Students will return to class after a deadly shooting at Elizabeth City State University's campus. We will hear from students as they prepare to return.
An animal control crackdown. When stepped-up patrols for unleashed dogs are expected to start.